Hey friend, sometimes all it takes is one act of kindness to change everything. Stay till the end. This might be the story you needed today. It was a cold Saturday morning in October when Ellie noticed the small brass key lying in the crack between the sidewalk and the fence outside her apartment. It was old, worn down at the edges and slightly bent, but it gleamed in the soft morning light like it was waiting to be found. At first, she picked it up absent-mindedly, thinking it must have fallen from someone's pocket. But there was no tag, no chain, and no lock nearby. Just a key, alone in the world. She put it in her coat pocket and thought little of it until that night, when she was sorting through a box of forgotten things she'd brought from her childhood home. At the bottom, she found a journal belonging to her grandfather, someone she had barely known, someone whose legacy lingered in faded photographs and whispered stories. She flipped through the yellowed pages, reading pieces of poems, grocery lists, sketches of garden flowers. Then, near the back, a short entry caught her eye. Locked it away like I promised, in the old bench at the lake. Buried the key when I thought I'd never come back. Ellie blinked. The date was from 1974, and the lake, she knew it. It was the small, quiet one just outside the city, where her grandfather used to fish on weekends. A strange curiosity stirred inside her. Could this key be that key? The next morning, she packed a thermos of coffee, a notebook, and the mysterious key. The lake was misty and still when she arrived. Ducks glided through the gray water. The old bench, weathered and leaning slightly, still stood beneath the willow tree near the edge of the dock. She sat down slowly, running her fingers along the wood. Then she noticed something. Beneath the bench, on the side, a small iron lock embedded in a wooden box, almost invisible unless you knew to look. Heart racing, Ellie slipped the key inside. It turned with a click. Inside the hidden compartment was a bundle wrapped in a faded handkerchief. Carefully, she unfolded it to reveal a letter, photographs, and a pocket watch. The letter was addressed to my future grandchild. Tears welled up in her eyes. If you found this, then something led you here. Maybe curiosity, maybe something more. I buried these things thinking no one would care. But part of me hoped someone like you might one day want to know who I was. The watch was my father's. The photographs are the only ones I kept from my time in the war. And the letter? Well, this is my way of saying I wish I'd had more time with you. He wrote about regrets, about the choices he made and the silence he kept, about how he left home too early, returned too late, and never quite found the right words to tell his family how much he loved them. I hope your life is filled with more open doors than closed ones, and if ever you lose your way, remember, sometimes it's the small, forgotten things that lead us back. Ellie sat for a long time, watching the ripples in the water. She had never known much about him, just that he was a quiet man with sad eyes and long silences. But now she felt him, not as a name in old stories, but as a person with fears, love, and hope. She returned home and placed the letter in a frame on her desk. The pocket watch she wound and kept in her drawer. The photographs, she scanned them and added them to the family album, finally giving them a place among the faces of those who came before her. And the key? She kept it on a necklace close to her heart. Because sometimes a lost key isn't just metal and teeth. Sometimes it's a bridge between past and present, between silence and understanding. And sometimes, when you least expect it, a small, forgotten object can open something far more meaningful than a lock.